Hi, this is Steph with Belladonna Dyes, and today's project is going to be a twofer. For this project, I'm going to make a spiral, so I decide where I want the center of the spiral to be, and I give it a little pinch, and then using a hemostat and a microwave splatter guard, I'm going to create the spiral. So I click the hemostat down on the first click because it does not need to be overly tight, and you want to make sure you don't press it really hard into the table because you can poke a hole through the shirt. I give it a few twists, and then with my opposite hand I create the spiral. The hemostat's really just holding the spiral in place. I go as far as I can using the splatter guard, and then I unclick the hemostat, hold down the center of the spiral, and I gently wiggle it out. Now, the splatter guard is no longer being manufactured by Nordic Wear, so if you are able to find yourself one, very specifically it's the deluxe model and it has a hole in the top, grab it while you can. Otherwise, you're going to have to make yourself something, and I don't know what to make it out of. Lots of people send me things. I just recently had somebody send me a glass pie pan because they have the ability to cut a hole through glass. I know Amanda found something, I think, at the dollar store, and her dad cut a hole in that for her. Just about anything flat and see-through should be able to help you. The reason I use a splatter guard is because it makes nice even pleats, and it's the closest thing to making a pleated spiral without actually making a pleated spiral. So it's just a tie-dye tool that I like to use. Now, I like to secure my spirals by using rubber bands. I just find them quick and easy. And these are my favorite rubber bands. And I do have links down below in the description box for these rubber bands and everything else that I use for tie-dye, so I recommend that you check it out. These rubber bands really are the best. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm tightening up the spiral. I'm going around and around, and I'm pulling on those loose tails, and I'm tucking them into the nearest rubber band. And it takes me a little while. Some spirals I can do really quick, and other spirals take me a few minutes. It also depends on the size of the shirt. So don't be hard on yourself. If it takes you 10 minutes to spiral up your shirt, that's fine. This is a foundation for your tie-dye, so the better you do right here, the better your end results are going to look. Not only am I tightening up the spiral, but I'm also working on the pleats. I know it looks really tedious, like, why don't you just stop already? Well, because I want the spiral to be the best that it possibly can. And if you ask me, that is one good looking spiral right there. Now it's time for my favorite part. We get to add the dye, and I'm using strong navy from Dharma Trading Company, and this is going to go down underneath yesterday's tutorial where I used Pro Chemical and Dye Stormy Gray. I'm using this shirt hopefully to bribe the lady at the gutter warehouse into letting me have some gutters for free. She said I could already have them for free, but heck, I like to give away shirts when I can. So this is just going to be super duper simple. I'm going to add my dye to this one, so I'm going to have the navy blue that she said she likes, and then she also said she likes gray, so I'm hoping that the Stormy Gray Muck water is going to add some contrast, so we shall see if it works out. I give it a quick little sprinkle of soda ash for good measure, and now this is where the two projects are going to collide. So I'm gonna, like I said, just nestle this spiral right underneath that stormy gray, and as the ice melts on the project up above, it's gonna create all that muck water down below, and I'm gonna just let this shirt down below suck up all that melted muck water. But because I've added dye to this project and the project on top is in a gutter, it's not going to drop and drip down directly onto the spiral. So I'm going to add ice cubes down below to help that dye get moving. Now both of these projects are going to go in the house where it's nice and warm. It's recommended that you let your project batch at 70 degrees or higher for at least 24 hours after the ice melts, and I let these projects batch for the full 48 hours. For the rinse out, I start by using cold water to rinse away any soda ash that might still be reacting within the fabric, and then I increase my water up to hot and I rinse until the water runs pretty much clear. From here I take it to the washing machine, and I like to do hot water cycles using Kirillon. Kirillon is a professional textile detergent. And then I like to do a final hot water cycle using Millsoft, and Millsoft is a professional fabric softener. Then I'll put the project in the dryer and I'll iron it, and we'll come back and we'll see the results. Well, here it is, guys. Here's our two-fer spiral after it's been washed and dried. And to me, this is a classic beauty. I love spirals. They're my favorite thing to make. I just love the way that they look. And this one to me turned out fantastic. I love the pleats. Taking that extra time really pays off. It has a nice uniform look. You can never go wrong with strong navy. It's a beautiful navy blue color, and it splits down into really pretty purple tones. I love it. Now, as far as the gray in the shirt, it's very subtle. For those of you that watched yesterday's tutorial, you saw that stormy gray wasn't an overly powerful saturating type color, and the muck water was very light. It's a very soft, pretty color, and so it didn't really overpower on the shirt, and that's fine. So normally where I would have a lot of white space on the shirt, the white space in this shirt is very subtly gray. It's just really pretty. And for people that don't love to wear a lot of loud tie-dye, like I personally love to wear giant rainbow shirts. I have no problem with that, but a lot of people are uncomfortable with it. So if you make a shirt like this, it eases people into it. They can get their taste of wearing some tie-dye. People will give them lots of compliments like, hey, that's a cool shirt. And then they'll get more comfortable with it and maybe venture out and start wearing some rainbows. So overall, I'm super pleased with the way this shirt turned out. I love the little subtle hints of gray. I love the muck water lines that are achieved by, muck water. And I love the fact that really nothing goes to waste, and I'm able to make two projects at the same time, which is a major space saver. So what do you guys think? Please leave me some comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up, and click the bell and set it to all. That way you get notified of future uploads. And remember, have fun tie-dyeing!